Hi guys, Christina here with another Wacky Wednesday process video for SpiegelMom Scraps. And today I am super excited because I am working with the new Cool Kid collection from Crepe Paper. And so what I did is I pulled out the 6x6 paper pad and I cut a bunch of strips that are 2 inches by 4 inches sized. And I'm kind of creating a grid background, and this is going to be the main photo mat for my pictures. And what you'll see I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of flipping all of those patterns around until I'm happy with the way that they kind of look together. So I want the yellow spread out, I want the arrows going in the right direction so they don't point off the page. So I'm just kind of making sure that I'm happy with where all of those are. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut my background cardstock down to 11.5 by 11.5 so I can put a piece of black cardstock behind it. And that's going to be the major elements or the major background element of this layout. So I'm going to trim just a little bit off my photos. They were 4x4 and I'm going to end up making them about 3.5 by 4 just so that they fit a little bit better inside that photo mat. And then I'm also going to add a white background. So then what I did next is I took a strip off the edge of that white cardstock and I cut out a little canal, I guess you could say. And then I am backing it on the edges with some black fun foam, as well as a piece of just transparency. And then I'm going to fill that little canal with some wood veneer mini stars, as well as some of the sequins from the SpiegelMom scrap store. So I'm using 3 different sets today. Magical Day in the Park, Amy Sprinkles, and Believe in You. And so I'm pulling out just coordinating colors, and they're going to run down that strip that I created on the paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my photo mat back into the layout. So I just did that to create some interest, add a little bit of detail. That black fun foam keeps everything in place, and I did divide that strip into 2 different sections so that the sequins are going to stay scattered out. They're not going to all collect down in the bottom. And then right now you see I'm working on my title, and so I have cut these letters just on my silhouette. So I just used a font that I liked and created the bold background part of the letter. And then I also created an outline of the letter. And so you'll see in the close-ups, I took the outline of that letter and put it on pop dots and kind of offset it just a little bit to make that title stand out a little bit more. And so the entire title then is going to say, I'm with the band. And that's, perfect for these photos of my 2 sons. They were in Disney World in the Animal Kingdom, and they were playing the African drums. They had a little display set up where the kids could stand and play the African drums. And my kids just thought that was really cool, and they loved the bright colors of the drums, which actually worked really well with this collection. So there you see what I'm doing is I'm pulling out some sequins from those packs, and these are the same color sequins that I used in that detail strip up in the left corner. And I'm going to create a little embellishment cluster down here on the bottom. So I pulled out that sticker that just is a ticket that says special event. And then I'm going to pull out one of these puffy sticker stars. And then I'm also going to pull out some word strips. So I'm going to end up with 2 down there. This silver shiny one says epic. And then the black one that's going to go underneath it eventually here is going to say play all day. And then I went ahead and just sprinkled those sequins around down there. And then I'm going to create another cluster kind of with the same idea in that top left. So I punched a circle of that orange pattern paper just with a regular circle punch. And then I pulled that puffy sticker banner that says let's play as well as one of those little yellow star clips, and those all are from this Cool Kid collection from Crepe Paper. And then I'm going to mimic those word stickers I have down in the bottom corner up here in the top, and they just say wow and brothers. And then they have this circle that says yeah, and I really wanted to use that, and that's going to end up going in here as well. So right now I'm going to keep adding kind of some details up there in the top, and there comes in that circle that says yeah. And that just matched everything perfectly. So then I went ahead and added just some puffy sticker stars to it as well. And then I'm going to go back and add some of that sequin detailing up into this top embellishment cluster that kind of mimics the one down on the bottom. And rather than using just one collection of sequins, I've kind of picked and pulled out the ones that I liked from each different set. So I wanted some yellows, some reds, some blues, some of those little gold stars. So I'm just kind of pulling out what I want to use from each one and using my fine line bottle with adhesive just to kind of stick all those down. And then I'm going to go ahead and go around this white cardstock with just a black pen and create some stitching detail. And so it's not going to be real stitching, it's just fake stitching, and you see how I'm just kind of adding some zigzags in every so often to kind of give it a little more interest in that area. And I'm going to go around this little sequin canal that I created just to make that stand out a little bit more. I really like that detail. It's subtle, but yet it kind of adds some additional interest to the layout. And then I'm adding just some real quick bullet journaling down at the bottom about where these photos were taken. And that's pretty much going to do it. So I created that little canal up in the top, and you'll see it a lot closer in the close-ups as far as where my sequins live, as well as those two major embellishment clusters. And there you can see those offset letters in the title and kind of how I layered those up. I hope you enjoyed this layout, and you will join me again next week for the next Wacky Wednesday. Bye!